this is Sarah Mikesell, and today we're here with George Charbonneau. He is a practicing swine veterinarian with the Southwest Ontario Veterinary Services in Canada. So thanks very much for being with us today, George.
Oh, you're welcome, Sarah.
Very good. So tell us a little bit about PEDV in Canada.
Well, PED has been a big focus for Canadian veterinarians in the industry for the last couple of years now, and in a little bit different situation in Canada than it was in the US, that there wasn't really a lead notice that they were going to have the problem. We have a very closely tied industry within Canada and the US, and so we understood that it probably wasn't a question of if, but when it might make its move back into Canada. So we had some opportunity to increase our thinking and focus on what we were going to do from a surveillance point of view to pick high-risk areas and monitor those so that we'd know, has the disease actually made its way to Canada? And that was very successful in terms of picking up on the movement of the disease to Canada in the first place. After it got here, we tried as hard as we could to not get it out on farms, but once it did get to a farm, we used the diagnostics to quickly identify that was the problem that we were dealing with. We could focus on what the scour issues were. And then, of course, producers want to get back to normal as quickly as possible. And there again, the diagnostics are a key part of understanding how frequently the disease is occurring on the farm and then where it's occurring on the farm. In Canada, we have a little bit different situation, that we still have what you would call farrow to finish operations, and we actually were able to walk that virus right out of the building, with some areas of the farm being negative and some still being positive, and set up some good internal biosecurity. And the diagnostics helped producers understand they were making progress. Areas were negative, these areas were positive, and we've been highly successful about walking that virus out of those buildings, even in that tough situation.
Very good. So it sounds like diagnostics have really played a key role on farms in several different ways. Can you kind of describe a handful of the different situations where you're using diagnostics then?
Well, what we're trying to do is determine how frequently the virus is showing up within, say, the piglet population within the farm. So that could be going in and doing swabs to have PCR tests done. And then in some cases we're monitoring the finishing sites, which are kind of the tail end of the cleanup process. And in that situation, it can very nicely go in with the rope samples to do oral fluids. And then that way you can tell whether the barn has cleared the virus. And then when the pigs are delivered to the plant, you're much less likely at that point to spread the virus from one producer who's dropping off pigs to somebody who inadvertently picks the virus up from a loading dock. So you can manage that whole process just to make sure that you're limiting the spread of the virus within the population.
Very good. Well, thank you so much for your time today, George.
Well, you're very welcome, Sarah.
This is Sarah Mikesell reporting.